Hello and welcome to a live look inside the Humber College gym for some OCAA women's basketball. Tonight we have the Niagara Knights going up against your Humber Hawks. My name's Adam Lucier. I'm here with my broadcasting partner, Andrew Milani, and traditionally this has been a matchup that Humber has really dominated, rattling off 12 straight wins against the Knights. Last time out was a 73-28 blowout. So Andrew, what could the Knights do to get back in this matchup?
Well, it's all about their leading scorer, Bridget Atkinson, their star point guard. She's third in the league in scoring, and if she's going, that should be a good key for them to get going here tonight, as the offense really does run through her. And even though Humber's won their last 12 against this team, you can't be caught off by that, as Niagara's been red hot coming to this one, winning 7 of their last 10 to move up to 9-7 in the standings, and kind of hanging around to this, among those top-tier teams, although they'd like to move up going into playoff time.
Yeah, that's a great point, Andrew. That 7-3 record in their last 10 has really moved Niagara up into the middle of the pack of that leaderboard, and obviously Humber sitting up there at 14-2. Those two losses coming against the first-place Fanshawe Falcons. So still a little bit of time left in this regular season to jostle for position and really find their way as this season comes to a close.
Yeah, and for Humber, it's all about the strive for 5 this season, going for their 5th straight OCAA championship. And if this squad gets going, especially if they're trying to get Laura Meadows back into the groove, then this team could be real red hot going into the playoffs, as we'll see the head-to-head stats on the screen right now.
Yeah, speaking of the statistics of the Humber Hawks, leading in looks as though every category there, and the one that'll stand out to you like a sore thumb, 52.6 rebounds per game. That's good for top mark in the province. So that's kind of a key for these Humber Hawks to gain some possessions on the offensive and defensive side of the floor.
Maya Campbell-Johnson leading the way for the Hawks in that category with 8.2 rebounds per game, although the Humber will be at a little bit of a disadvantage here. No Jamie Gordon here tonight. She is the team's top offensive rebounder, so we'll see if that will make a difference here tonight, as we'll throw it over to our sideline reporter, Danielle.
Thank you, Andrew and Adam, and welcome back to the Nest. My name is Danielle Dupuis, and I'll be your sideline sports reporter for the duration of today's game. And as previously mentioned, this is the last home game for the Hawks before they head into OCAAs. And hopefully tonight we'll just be adding to the already wins that Humber has. And hopefully the key players tonight, we're looking at Makiba Taylor and Maya Campbell-Johnson. And for more on the game, back to the commentators. Thank you.
Definitely a couple great players to watch out there, Danielle. Thank you very much. And another little bit of history watch for tonight's game. Leticia Lopez needs just 29 points tonight to move into top 10 for Humber's all-time scoring list. So what a season it's already been for Lopez, and a chance to really extend the accolades tonight if she has a big matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a little bit of a tall task for her to go off for 29 tonight, especially going against Atkinson, who should be a tough matchup for her. But definitely in range of that historic achievement, and we're all rooting for her.
Yeah, you mentioned Axon there. She's really going to be one to keep an eye on for the night. She averages 36 minutes a game, so definitely a workhorse for the side of these Knights, and she leads in quite a few offensive categories. So if you're the Hawks, I'm sure head coach AJ Sharma has a little whiteboard action going right now, trying to dial something up to slow down Atkinson and the rest of these Knights.
Yeah, the offense of the Niagara College team really does go through her, as she does lead the team in assists and points per game, and she's also scoring at an efficient 41% field goal percentage, so she is dangerous, even though she does get pretty much not all the possessions, but a lot of the ball really does run through her, and the other teams definitely know that she's there, and that's very impressive to see what she's doing.
So both of these teams absolutely have their work cut out for them tonight. It's going to be a great matchup here, the second place team against number 6. We're just about ready for anthems here to get this one underway. Nice crowd assembling inside the Hawks Nest. Some great OCAA action coming up next.
As we
Lineup as we see the usual suspects.
As you mentioned, that's just right. The usual suspects out there for the Hawks. And we mentioned pregame, Jamie Gordon not going to suit up for this one. So Laura Meadows is going to take that starting position as she has in recent weeks. So with the formalities out of the way, let's play some basketball. We're just about ready to get going here on HSN. Last bit of hustle there by the ref to get out to midcourt, and Meadows is ready for this tip-off.
Let's get this game underway.
And here we go. First touch will go to Bridget Atkinson. Expect her to manage a lot of the ball control tonight. Trying to find a seam pass there, but MCJ having nothing to do with it. And that easy bucket there is missed by Tia Stees. And Laura Meadows finding herself in familiar territory, running under the basket there, and she'll put that up and in. Hawks take the first lead.
Great job by Makiba Taylor there to find that stretch pass to find it right under the basket.
See what Atkinson brings there. A little jump shot won't go. Some quick action to start this one. Up and down the floor we go. Makiba Taylor averaging over 5 assists per game. Definitely the general of this offense, looking to distribute the ball from the perimeter. Makes a nice move to shake off the defender and drains the mid-range jumper.
We've seen Makiba go off a few times, and it looks like she's already got off to a great start here. Let's see if that continues.
So far, so good for Makiba and the Hawks. Defense continuing to be strong here.
A few lucky breaks here for the Hawks as Niagara hasn't been able to follow through in a few easy layups.
Yeah, that's Hannah Baker on that last one, a major scorer for the Knights, unable to get that through that high efficiency basket. So the Knights getting opportunity against this very strong Humber Hawks defense early, but just unable to convert. Here's Atkinson gonna dish it out wide. That's Baker now working against Janae Giles. And Giles gets the better of that matchup. Poking that one away, and it'll be Meadows on the inbound. Makiba Taylor, who's already flashed her handles tonight. First touch now for Lopez. She'll find it back to Taylor. Giles for three.
Oh, wow. Not an easy shot, as she was completely smothered on that one. Still manages to make that bank shot.
Yeah, not an open look for Giles. Not too often you see that three-point shot go off the glass and in, but it did just that.
Oh, great job there by Atkinson to make a lane for herself and find the easy bucket.
Took an opportunity, but there is Atkinson. Not the last time we're gonna call that name tonight. MCJ now working hard in the paint. She'll draw the foul, but can't get the bucket to go. So to the line goes MCJ. AJ Sharma talking there with Laura and Makiba.
His 8th year as coach for this Humber Hawks team.
Pretty good record, I must say.
Hard to go wrong when you've won the last 4 provincial titles, I can tell you that much.
The strive for 5, as you called it pregame, that's what the Hawks are looking for here. And Some major competition coming the way of the Fan Shot Falcons. The only adversity, really, these Hawks have faced all year.
Yeah, the only 2 losses, and looks like Humber's finally starting to come around as Laura Meadows is starting to get inserted back into that starting lineup as we get a jump ball here.
That's MCJ and Atkinson on the floor. Neither one getting the better of the other. Possession now back to the Hawks. Let's see what set play head coach Sharma has laid out here. They're going to dish it inside to Campbell Johnson. Found Lopez for a look. A little short on that one.
Yeah, she was calling for that one. She wanted that shot.
Back up the court is Atkinson. A nice little dribble there. Puts up a floater, but that won't go. Rebound made by Atkinson. Getting her own rebound.
Atkinson's been doing a good job finding her own space, but a little bit of trouble finishing.
And speaking of finish, there's one there from Tia Stees.
Yeah, nice little pass there to find Stees inside.
These Knights are holding their own, and there's a steal from Atkinson. She's all alone. She'll draw that foul from Leticia Lopez, and she'll go to the line.
I like that foul by Lopez, though. Don't give her that easy basket. Make her earn it at the line.
Yeah, you know that she's going to be playing 30 minutes plus most likely, so playing her tough early is Leticia Lopez and the Hawks. Atkinson will shoot 1 of 2.
Good on the first one.
We mentioned that last matchup, 73-28 victory for these Humber Hawks, and they held the Knights to just 3 points total in that second half, so already a pretty strong showing from Niagara, given the game they had last time on November 1st against these very same Hawks.
English is going to be the first player off the bench as Giles will come on the bench right now.
And there is English, passing it over to Meadows. Looking to get the ball back to her. She's working on the perimeter. Kiva Taylor driving baseline, and that'll go. A nice smooth play there from Akiba Taylor.
And Taylor already getting going.
Baker for 3, it's a rainbow off the front of the rim and won't go down. Lopez now finds Makiba streaking.
Oh, nice shot there. That was not an easy one to make as she was completely smothered there at the inside.
It was a Makiba Taylor sandwich between those 2 Knights, but still able to put it up and in off the glass. Here's Atkinson doing it herself.
Again, trouble finishing there.
Why not get your own rebound as well? Here's Baker now on the perimeter.
Yeah, Humber, and characteristically, missing those rebounds are usually pretty routine.
Tia Stees.
Yeah, just airmails that one from 3. That's going to be a turnover.
So a pretty good possession there as they wound down the shot clock to 5, but just not able to get anything going. Pretty good possession so far for Niagara, just not converting on opportunities. Here's Makiba with those great handles.
Can't make that one, but gets her own rebound and the shot is good.
These are some active shooters tonight on both sides. Running up and getting your own rebounds. Who needs teamwork?
It's all about those offensive rebounds tonight, apparently.
Nice spin move by Atkinson. Dishes it off there to Shepard, but that shot going nowhere.
Baker with a nice little volleyball spike to try and get it back, but that will go right to Lopez for the turnover.
Finds English in the corner. Lopez out wide open. That 3 hangs up there for a while, bouncing around the shot clock.
Letitia's usually pretty dangerous when she's wide open for 3, but just can't make that one, unfortunately.
See a replay of that nice little sky hook pass there from Lopez. Misses on the 3 attempt, though.
Yeah, she usually makes defenses pay when she's left that wide open. Not there, though.
Shooting 38% beyond the arc is Leticia Lopez on the season. Definitely a big part of her game. Time running out on the shot clock. Janae Giles doing battle with Atkinson. Jump ball possession will go the way of the Knights. New player checking into the game here for Niagara. That's Alana Yates.
And Samantha Baptide checking in as well. As Sophia Al-Kayed and TSDs will find their way back on the bench.
Quick inbound there. That bucket will be good. Off the hands of Kim Shepard.
It doesn't come much easier than that.
Here's Ebony Beals, finds it over to Janae Giles. She'll draw hard, bounce off the defender, and put up that layup.
Yeah, that lane was wide open and an easy path to the basket for her.
Janae Giles never does anything the easy way, but always finds her way to the basket. AJ Sharma not too pleased with the defense there as Samantha Bapti gets the bucket.
Yeah, that one came way too easy. They just let her walk into the paint. You got to protect that more, give a little body in there.
Meadows working the baseline, smothered by some defenders. Giles thought about it from deep, will drive instead. That one just rolls out. It's Baker now, returning fire.
Yeah, a few of those layups spilling out tonight. Could be the story of this evening.
Atkinson once again looking for a lane to drive. Foul is called on the Hawks.
That'll be on Janae Giles.
First foul for Janae. And once again, that hard drive of Atkinson is really drawing these fouls from these tough interior defenders of the Humber Hawks. Bounce pass on the inbound. A little loose with the handles is Yates, but she's still got a hold of it. Turnover now to Giles. Hawks have numbers.
That one just slips through the hands of Anna Jacobs. That'll be a turnover. Ball for the Knights.
Yeah, Anna
Ball
Jacobs.
to the Knights, I should say.
Looking like a little bit of a shortstop there, trying to corral that on the short hop, unable to do so. Free possession now for the Knights. It's Yates once again. They seem to be finding her on the perimeter. Atkinson now with 6 on the shot clock. Puts up a shot. Falling away, won't go. MCJ on the rebound. MCJ on the perimeter. Anna Jacobs looking for a teammate. It's English for 3. Bit of a line drive shot there.
A great rebound there by Beals.
Jacobs driving the lane, and she'll find one, cutting through, getting the basket. Anna Jacobs. So Atkinson trying to pick apart this Humber Hawks defense, finding a wide open teammate. Beyond the arc, finds nothing but air. Athletic play by Yates to keep it in.
Good scramble play there to get the ball.
Ebony Beals waiting for help. She'll find it in Jacobs. English tries to feed it in there for MCJ, but a little bit of miscommunication as they talk that one over.
Yeah, Campbell Johnson wasn't happy with that one, especially with, I imagine with the placement, as that one was just beyond her fingertips.
So the Hawks are in control of this game, but we have seen some miscues. Not to the delight of head coach AJ Sharma as he's barking out some orders.
Michael Beccaria, the coach of the Knights, not happy either, as this has been a sloppy ball game to start this one.
Neither team exactly finding a rhythm, and the head coaches, by the looks of it, aren't too pleased. A lot to go in this one. There's Anna Jacobs off the back of the rim. Atkinson, as she often does, leads her team up the floor.
So dangerous, and can't leave her alone.
And there's a bucket from Stakina Gilbert. So a few Knights here able to contribute. Once again, that offense is running through Yates. And Janae Giles points down to the charity stripe. That's where she'll find herself after drawing that foul.
Always nice when you not only make the shot, but get that extra shot for the foul as well. Definitely feels good connecting on that one.
No one does it better than Giles, always driving the basket hard.
So
Draws quite a few fouls.
So we get a look at both coaches here giving instructions to their team.
There's Beccaria talking to Yates about that last sequence. Definitely some adjustments going to be made on either side. Here's Al-Qaid. Turns it over. Anna Jacobs now in a foot race.
That's going to be an offensive foul.
Hard to argue that one as Jacobs just lowered the shoulder there, trying to work her way to the net.
Atkins doing a good job getting both feet planted down there and establishing her ground.
Take a hit to make the play. I hear that's the word around town.
That's the strategy, the Kyle Lowry special, if you will.
Driving hard here is Baker. Can't find her way around Makiba. Shot put up, will not drop. And Jacobs not happy with that one. Felt she took a hand to the face. No call by the refs. Shaking it off as we work our way down the floor. Open on the outside is Makiba to the baseline.
A good defense there by the Knights. Not letting her have that one.
Some open lanes early on in this contest, but the Knights really closing the door in these last few minutes. Kiva Taylor gets a hand on that one.
And Baker will go to the line for 2 shots. As Atkinson will check back into this one.
Those rests for Atkinson, never too extended. She really is the workhorse for this team. We'll find her on the floor more often than not.
Yeah, averaging only 4 minutes of rest per game. Definitely relied upon by this Knights squad.
So plenty of free throw opportunities for both sides here tonight. That free throw percentage really could be an important stat in this game.
Yeah, especially if they keep sending these players to the line.
Communication here between the referees and the scorers table. Appears as though we have it all sorted out. MCJ with an aggressive rebound there. Kiva Taylor once again finds MCJ. Can't get that jumper to go. That's one of her favorite spots on the court. Put up a jumper, but just a hair off on that one. 25 seconds to go. It's Atkinson can't get the hop. A little bit of an unlucky roll for the Knights, and the Hawks will press down with just seconds remaining in quarter number 1.
And the Knights have been so successful using the screenplay to open up a lane there, but just can't finish most of the time. And that's going to be something that head coach Michael Bucari is not going to be happy about.
Gonna need a shot here. Never mind, a foul is called, and once again the Knights are gonna find themselves on the line.
I believe that foul is gonna be on Britannia Brown.
Indeed it is, Andrew. That foul charge to Brown. And Atkinson finds her way back. So it's been a
good,
hard-fought first quarter, Andrew. It's been a good battle so far. See Atkinson there with those statistics, averaging 18.1. So the Hawks up 20-13 after 1 quarter here at the Hawks Nest. It's been quite an entertaining matchup thus far.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth basketball. As Humber kind of took that 7-point lead early, and then we've seen a lot of back and forth since then. A lot of misses, a little bit of sloppy basketball, but it's been fun to watch, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, you mentioned not the most technical of quarters I think we've seen here in our many nights at the Hawks Nest, and that's an important shot there as head coach AJ Sharma is going to chat things out with his team, and I'm sure after witnessing a first quarter full of mishaps and turnovers, he's going to have quite a few adjustments to make for his side.
Yeah, it could be a case of just early game jitters or whatever you want to call it, but both these coaches here now with an opportunity to kind of tighten things down, see what worked, see what didn't work, and see if you can kind of improve on things and get things going a little bit.
Yeah, you mentioned a little bit of rust. Obviously, classes canceled yesterday here at Humber College due to that icy weather outside. So trying to shake off the cold, perhaps, are the Humber Hawks here, is even though they hold a 7-point lead over the visiting Niagara Knights.
For Niagara, though, it has been much as we anticipated, as Bridget Atkinson's been leading the way.
Yeah, Atkinson is leading her team in points with 5 in that first quarter. The leaders for the Hawks are Makiba Taylor and Janae Giles, both with 8.
Although Bridget Atkinson's field goal percentage is a little concerning, only going 1 for 6. If my math is correct, that's just a hair under 17%. That's not good at all.
Not too shabby. I'm glad you're the math whiz around here, but That's a big, big stat to look up there. 1 for 6 from the floor is Bridget Atkinson. And we all know she's going to get her shot attempts. She always does, averaging over 18 points a game. But it's time for her to up that efficiency.
Yeah, absolutely. If Niagara wants any chance at winning this one, she's got to be the straw that stirs the drink there. And so far, she has been good, but not really able to finish as she's missed some easy layups going inside. Makiba Taylor with the ball to start the second quarter.
Showing off the handles as always. A crowd favorite is Makiba Taylor. Laura Meadows trying to do it the tough way, going against 3 different Knights there.
Yeah, not making things easier for herself, but she gets the foul called, and we'll go to the line for 2.
Take a look at that last play there, fighting against a plethora of Knights. Coming out on top, Laura Meadows. See just under 75% there, free throw shooting. Real reliable member on the line for the Hawks. Quick transition here from the Knights. It's Baker now finding Stees. Yates is out there now. Kicking it out to the corner. That's one arc there. Can't find the basket. Britannia Brown fumbling around in the corner and just can't come up with it.
A lot of air balls by the Niagara team for 3. That might be something that they want to look at.
Yeah, those Humber Hawk hands getting awful close to the face when they're attempting those 3-point shots. And here's another turnover now, Britannia Brown.
Yeah, big steal there.
Janae Giles unable to find her rhythm just yet.
She was 1 for 1, maybe trying to go 2 for 2 there. Won't work there though. It looks like Lopez and English are about ready to step back into this game.
So AJ Sharma perhaps not too pleased with the performance thus far, getting plenty of athletes in and out of this game. Some fresh legs for the Hawks, something they've really done a strong job of all season long.
Leticia Lopez in the game now.
Kiva Taylor brings it over half court. Always dangerous to make a move and drive, but she'll decide to pass here. Meadows working the baseline.
Oh, couldn't get that one to go.
And that one coming right up to us. I must say, a strong play made by the play-by-play commentator.
Eh, not bad.
That's my first touch of the ball all year. Hopefully head coach Sharma saw that.
You gotta say, put me in, coach.
Keep your eye on the ball. It's the #1 rule on the mic.
Absolutely.
So after the highlight of my athletic career, we'll turn it back over to Atkinson. In the middle to Stees, and that's a nice play there made by Atkinson, dishing and dealing.
Yeah, hands all over her face, but still manages to find a way to put that one into the net. No, nice move there by Leticia. Just couldn't get inside, though.
Makiba now behind the back. Foul called. That'll be charged to the Knights. That's Baker. A 7-on-7 matchup between Baker and Taylor there. So far, Taylor getting the best of this one. Here's MCJ down low. Spinning, firing, and missing the mark.
Yeah, and she's had a little bit of trouble establishing a rhythm here today so far.
Seeing plenty of open Hawks on the offensive side of the floor, just unable to find an open teammate early as Stees with a little sky hook there. Nice play made by the Knights, and that'll force a timeout.
Yeah, and she's getting a little hot. AJ Sharma is going to want to slow that down, though. MCJ still with no points here tonight. Same for Leticia Lopez, and they're 2 players that are definitely going to need to get going here for Humber to have sustained success here tonight.
Yeah, usually getting contributions up and down that bench are the Humber Hawks, but really nothing doing tonight as just 4 players have found their way onto the scoreboard.
Yeah, Janae and Makiba, really the only 2 players to get a good rhythm going on here tonight. Get shots to fall consistently. The other players still kind of searching for their hot spots here tonight, and AJ Sharma is going to try and open things up here for the Hawks tonight as he goes over the game plan with his team here.
Yeah, there's a great shot there of Sharma on his trusty blackboard trying to draw up something for the women's team to get this going, and a little bit of a tepid start for both sides as neither team really able to take control or run away with this, as it's been a tightly contested matchup.
Yeah, Humber kind of taking that early 7-point lead, but since then a lot of back and forth, and really no team able to take control of this one as of yet. A lot could change, a lot of ball to be played here today.
It's a great point, Andrew. Still just under 8 minutes to go in quarter number 2. A heck of a lot of ball left, and Humber has led this game by as many as 8 points with just under 2 minutes to go in quarter number 1, but that lead now down to just 5. Full court press here by the Knights.
Got a little lucky there as MCJ just manages to get a pause on that one.
And Leticia with a rare turnover. It's Atkinson.
Leticia
avoids the foul, puts it in.
Yeah, giving a little bit of tough defense there. Might have been called for a foul, but not there.
Atkinson giving Lopez a lot to deal with. But Leticia finding a way to drive, gets her own rebound, kicking it out to Makiba. And that one won't go.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have another look at that last turnover. A great play by Atkinson to reach a hand in and take that away from the usually sure-handed Leticia Lopez.
Yeah, Leticia thought she could maybe slip it through her legs there, but Atkinson doing a good job getting down to grab that ball and create the not only the turnover, but the 2 points for herself.
Speaking of turnovers, that's Janae Giles with one now. She'll turn back and look for reinforcements. Inside, Laura Meadows.
Oh, nice little spin move, just can't finish there.
Off the front of the rim it goes. Meadows doing battle with Stees there. Let's see where this inbound goes. Into the hands of Meadows. A little give and go. Back inside to Meadows, off the glass and in.
Good job there to find Meadows inside for the 2 points. And Humber up by 5.
The ball movement slowly coming along for these Humber Hawks. Here's Stees from downtown, can't get it to go.
I like that little defense soundtrack we got going on there. Haven't heard any of that this season so far. I like it though.
Pretty good. Adding to the atmosphere inside the North Campus gym. And speaking of defense, what other team would you play it for than these Humber Hawks? They're leading the league in allowing a league low 29.5% shooting from the floor. So defense, as always, a crucial part of this Humber Hawks team.
Defense wins you championships, as they say.
A strange play there, as that's a easy bucket going down the other way for the Knights.
And Humber's got to really get things going here as they're only up by 3 now. That lead's shrinking.
Laura Meadows getting an arm up. Appears as though that went to the face of Sonika Gilbert, but she seems okay. This one getting intense here. A really tightly contested ball game. It's that inbound pass, not the prettiest, but it will remain in the possession of the Hawks. Looking to get something done offensively. Nice work done by these Niagara Knights to shut down some of the big shooters.
Yeah, Niagara, not the most talented group, but they're a pretty scrappy bunch that definitely plays well in their system. As Meadows does a good job there at getting that bucket.
Yeah, the Hawks catch a break there. Leticia Lopez missing that three-pointer, but Meadows there to clean up.
Oh, great pick there.
Yeah, great call, Andrew. That's a good eye. Nice pass made by Baker on the inside to Gilbert.
Yeah, Leticia just got caught in that one and couldn't do anything there.
So Meadows trying to take over this game. She'll draw a foul. Really the only thing going offensively for these Hawks is that hard work down low.
Yeah, Meadows feeding the ball to her down low is really paying off here. She's starting to get hot here in the second quarter. Scoring only 2 points in the first, but 6 so far in this one with a chance to go for 8 and 10 total. She misses the first one there though.
And Meadows play even more important tonight as we see MCJ yet to record a point on the evening. So when you think of the bigs for this Humber Hawks team, those are the two you really look for around the basket.
Yeah, the Niagara definitely not making things easy for Campbell Johnson, as she has not been able to establish a rhythm here at all.
A lot of confusion there as the entire bench came up in a chorus calling for Meadows to get off the floor. 2 into the game is Laura, but she found her way off. Atkinson dishes off. Trying to find a seam in this interior defense. Nothing going yet. Atkinson doing work against Taylor.
Oh, wow.
How about that? Doesn't get much better from Atkinson, fighting off a couple Hawks, able to fire a jumper over top and get it to go.
Almost checking everything off the list there. Spin move, deeply covered, and jump shot, everything, and she makes it look good.
I could do that in 2K. So out of bounds is the call. Possession going the way of the Knights.
It's not that impressive if you do it on easy difficulty, Adam.
Does that not count? So November 1st, these two teams met up, and it was a 73-28 drubbing by the Hawks against these Knights. Now it's just a 1-possession game here late in quarter number 2.
Good job with the steal there. Leticia Lopez picking up that one.
Brittany English calling for the pick. Can't get the floater to go, drove the paint hard, and she'll also take a foul for her trouble as she swatted the ball out of the hands of Shepard.
That's going to be her second of the night. Or excuse me, her first.
You see there trying to whack that ball away, but she does catch a hand. So possession given to these feisty Niagara Knights.
Yeah, they've been playing real well here in this second quarter. Let's see if they could tie it up here.
And Baker going back and forth with the handles. Leticia Lopez working hard to get that rebound. Working against Gilbert there down low. So Baker going up against Leticia Lopez there, a pretty smart defender and able to do a little shake and bake and find an open teammate.
And Humber already in the bonus here as the Knights have racked up their 5th foul of this quarter. They better be careful or else they're going to send Humber for free shots every time.
Definitely something to keep an eye on as these foul totals start to rise.
And Leticia Lopez finally gets her first point of the night with that made free throw attempt.
Two for two. So Lopez starting to find that shooting stroke on the line. See if she can convert that to a field goal. Atkinson, who's done plenty of damage tonight, will find Stees. That errant pass will find its way into the hands of Makiba Taylor.
Yeah, that pass just a little bit too high for Baptiste.
Driving is Taylor. Spinning, finding Lopez.
Oh.
And a rare air ball off the hands of Lopez. She seems shocked, and so are we, to be honest. That's a rare sight.
Yeah, I guess she just doesn't have a rhythm here tonight so far. I thought those free throw attempts would be enough to wake her up, but yeah, she's been struggling here tonight, at least offensively.
Yeah, that's a good point. Lopez, as always, a very smart defender with great court vision, but just not exactly clicking offensively tonight. Atkinson on the perimeter. Calls out to Baker. Trying to find her. She does. Under the rim and ripped away by Lopez, who's gunning down the court.
Good job of a double team there.
And that pass finds its way to Yates. Makiba Taylor will draw that foul. Not too pleased with the call.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been a little bit of a soft call there. And Taylor is going to exit the game for the time being.
So that'll bring Anna Jacobs back onto the floor. Strong defender. We'll see her here against Yates. Working the perimeter is Baker. Going up against Lopez. Stees with the rebound, and she'll put it home. And once again, it is a 1-possession game here at the Hawks Nest.
Hawks better be careful. This is going to be a big possession for them.
You can feel the tension rising on this Knights bench. Wide open look for Lopez.
There we go.
Don't count her out just yet. Leticia Lopez gets on the board with a big 3.
If she could get that deep stroke going here tonight, watch out. She could be one to watch out for.
And when that shooting stroke heats up, there's no one better than number 10, Leticia Lopez.
Yeah, just a hair under 40% on the season for 3 for her.
And that rainbow goes off the back of the backboard. Janae Giles with numbers. Jacobs, 3. No
That's
good.
off the mark.
Giles working hard will draw the foul against Baker. As we take a look at that wide open look from Lopez. And as we mentioned, when she's that open, it's going in the basket more often than not.
And when she gets going, she just makes things look so easy there. That's just a testament to her skill. We got a timeout called here.
So we mentioned time and time again that last matchup between these two clubs and just how uncompetitive it was, but look at tonight as it's real tight, 78-28 that last time out. The Hawks outscored the Knights 45-3 in the second half, so just a 3-point quarter. It's been an all-out night. Maya Campbell-Johnson, Janae Giles, Makiba Taylor all having great nights, and that's just really not been the story of this game. This has been way more competitive than that last time we saw these two teams out in November.
Well, mind you, the first half of that game was super competitive too, and then I don't know if it was just adjustments or the other team or Niagara going off the rails, but something definitely happened there, and could be a repeat of that tonight, although the way Niagara is going, I can't see that happening again.
A definite chance for redemption tonight for these Knights, and they're taking advantage of it as you see Michael Beccaria talking to his lineup. Must be pretty pleased with the showing thus far, especially from its big name players.
We should mention he's in his 19th year as head coach here.
So he's been here a time or two, is that what you're saying?
A few times, just a few times. He's been around the block.
And you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the coaching staff of the Knights. Obviously having a pretty rough season early on, but we mentioned going 7-3 in their last 10.
Yeah, they're starting to find their stride. Could be a dangerous team to look out for come playoff time. Humber reestablishing a 7-point lead here as Giles makes both those free throws.
Yeah, it was that big three-pointer from Lopez that really started to turn the tide in the favor of the Hawks. Possession now going to the Hawks. So just as Niagara was building up that momentum and the bench was getting fired up, it seems as though the court is tilted back towards the side of the Hawks.
Yeah, that last time out might have done something to wake him up. Uh-oh, I spoke too soon there as Giles was looking for Lopez as Lopez was on the move. A little bit of miscommunication there.
Yeah, not the first time tonight. Miscommunication between teammates as a lot of errant passes have found their way out of bounds.
Here comes Atkinson. Let's see if they go for the screenplay again.
She needs some help calling over Yates. Instead gives it to Baker. Anna Jacobs with the defense. She'll get the turnover. It'll find its way to Janae Giles, and Janae Giles will draw the foul.
Sophia Alkaya just putting that ball right into the arms of Anna Jacobs to create that turnover.
Yeah, I would want to say it's all positioning. When the ball gets thrown into your midsection, that's a tough play not to make. But Anna Jacobs does the right thing. Well, of a timeout charge to the Humber Hawks.
Up by 7, this could be one just to kind of keep the team, that momentum going, keep them going, and work on what's been a strong last few possessions for this Humber Hawks squad.
Yeah, it seems as late in the last 2 or 3 minutes, the Humber Hawks have really started to get their feet under them. See Sharma not as animated on the bench, so he has to beginning to start to like what he sees.
How could you not? Finally making a few shots in a row. The defense is finally starting to come together by the looks of it. And if they keep it up, this could be a good game for them here tonight, although Niagara is obviously going to have a few words to say about that.
Far from over here at the Hawks Nest.
Yeah, Niagara's a scrappy bunch. They've shown all here tonight, led by Bridget Atkinson. Leading away with 9 points for them.
Yeah, plenty of credit has to go the way of these Niagara Knights. Obviously, we touched on that last matchup just a few moments ago, and looking at that tail of the tape, you wouldn't think this would be too competitive here tonight, but the Knights really holding their own against the 14-2 Humber Hawks. If you think at 14-2, the only adversity this Hawks team has faced against those Fanshawe Falcons, so a tight, hard-fought game like this could be strong for them in the long run.
Yeah, the Fanshawe team, they're definitely one to look out for. 16-1 on the season so far. Definitely dangerous.
Yeah, you mentioned that one loss charged to Fanshawe. That was against the St. Clair Saints, a team that Humber's been pretty strong against this year, so definitely a power for struggle at the top of the standings.
Good ball movement here by the Knights.
Atkinson doing work against Giles. Giles hits the deck, and Atkinson hits the basket. Nice play made.
All the Knights players doing a good job, like knowing their roles and finding moving the ball there on that possession.
Strong fundamentals shown by Niagara. See this strong defense continue. Switching off assignments. And Lopez hits number 2 of threes. 2 threes so far for Lopez tonight.
Humber up by 10 now. That's a game high for them tonight.
Atkinson slowing things down, letting the Knights get set. Yates trying to work her way in, unable to do so. It's a turnover to English, but a great play made by Atkinson, anticipating that pass.
That's going to be a foul called.
Meadows working hard to rip that ball away from the hands of Atkinson.
That's going to be Atkinson's 3rd foul of the night, and she's in a little bit of foul trouble here going into the end of the 2nd quarter.
You look at that replay, appears as though Atkinson has a little bit of an injured finger on that tie-up with Meadows. Something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, she's standing right in front of us and seems to be favoring, one of the fingers on her right hand.
So Meadows, after that play at half court, misses the 2nd free throw attempts, but possession will remain with the Hawks as English lets that one roll harmlessly out of bounds.
Yeah, it looked like Steves was trying to deflect that one off of English. Creative play there, won't work for her that time.
It's the thought that counts, appreciate the effort, but Brittany English too clever. So on the set play, they'll find it at the baseline to MCJ, who can do nothing but step out of bounds.
Yeah, and it's been a struggle for her here in this first half. Not able to record any points here, and with a few turnovers for MCJ as well.
So sloppy play on the offensive side of things. Holding strong on defense are the Hawks. Atkinson is really giving them something trouble. And she hits another one.
Yeah, Giles almost created that turnover there, and Atkinson was kind of stuck there in the paint, but manages to do a good job finding that bucket.
So with 4 seconds left, it's a rush to the basket. Atkinson coming in hard is Brittany English.
Yeah, good foul there to take by English. Again, don't give her anything easy.
Time and time again, the chase down from the Humber Hawks getting to Atkinson before she could get to the basket. So with 0.3 of a second to go, half number 1 will end on foul shots. Who else but Atkinson, a name we've called time and time again tonight, really a leader for her club.
Yeah, and she's leading her team with, in game 2 as well, with 15 points so far. Just a monster performance by her so far tonight.
So as it's been all night, it's still a 7-point lead. Going into halftime, it's been quite a back and forth matchup as these Niagara Knights holding tough with the 2nd place Humber Hawks.
Yeah, definitely doing a good job just kind of sticking to the game plan and just being scrappy and just hard to defend against. That's sometimes all you need to work against these top-tier teams. Sticking to the game plan and working well as a group.
Absolutely. So both of these teams coming into this game hot. It's Humber Hawks 40, Niagara Knights 33 here on Hawk Sports Network. We'll see you back here shortly for 3rd quarter action. Hello and welcome back to the Hawks Nest for some OCAA women's basketball against the Niagara Knights and the Humber Hawks, and we have one half in the books. It's a 7-point ball game, and Andrew, this has been a fun matchup so far. The Knights really doing a nice job defensively of shutting down these strong Hawks shooters.
Yeah, they came on real strong to start off that second quarter, really are almost clawing their way back into that game, keeping it a tight score, but Humber kind of reestablishing their dominance late in that second quarter to go back up by 7. And that followed it was a real back and forth first quarter, so it should be interesting to see how this second half plays out.
Yeah, half number 1 was tight the whole way through. Niagara has not had a lead in this game. Humber's biggest lead sat at 11 with a minute to go in the second quarter. So despite being a close contest, it's really been the Hawks who have controlled the flow of this game thus far. Obviously not their prettiest performance of the season, but still playing some great basketball here, and this has been a fun one to watch. And I expect one great finish here at the North Campus gym.
Yeah, Maya Campbell-Johnson still looking for her first points of the night. Should be interesting to see what kind of role she plays going into the second half here. As it looks like she might start the second half on the bench by the looks of it.
Yeah, we've been lucky enough.
She's coming on.
Onto the floor comes MCJ. I was going to say, we've been lucky enough to watch a lot of Humber Hawks women's basketball, and it's not too often we could go into a third quarter and say MCJ has a big 0 beside her name in the stat sheet, but she hasn't scored a point yet, contributing with 5 rebounds, so she's been active, just unable to find her way to the basket.
She has been given a tough matchup here tonight, going up against TSDs, so we'll see how she responds here in the second half.
Hannah Baker with some moves. Akiba Taylor doing a nice job to get a hand in there. It's the aforementioned MCJ who will get the ball up to Taylor. MCJ once again, another steal from Atkinson, and she'll draw the foul on her way down the floor. To make that 4 steals so far on the night for Atkinson, as she's been busy on the offensive and defensive side of the court.
Yeah, she's been pretty dominant here so far, and really the offensive leader here and defensive leader, you could argue, here too for the Knights.
Yeah, Bridget Atkinson coming into this game averaging 18.1 after one half of play. She's currently sitting at 15, so on pace to have quite the game.
Yeah, and it seems like no matter who Humber throws at her, she just gets her points either way, as we saw a little bit of her being defended by Akiba Taylor early on, and recently more by Janae Giles.
And Atkinson, no stranger to big games, and a win over Redeemer on January 14th. She put up a ridiculous stat line, 37 points, 13 rebounds, and 12 steals. So this is nothing new to Atkinson, as she's continuing her hot play of late.
Yeah, not every day where you put up a double-double or a triple-double like she did with double-digit steals. Campbell Johnson just in the right place at the right time there. Another sloppy turnover, and right to guess who, Atkinson, as she puts it away for 2.
So great at anticipating those passes are Bridget Atkinson, as she darts in front of that pass. And that's not the first time she's had a runaway layup tonight.
Yeah, it's her 3rd time, I believe, this evening where she's had that easy bucket.
Ball finds its way inside to Meadows, working against Stees, and it'll get the roll off the right hand. Laura Meadows continuing her strong night.
Yeah, Meadows getting the better of Stees on that one, as it's been pretty tough to beat Stees inside.
Yeah, Meadows usually one to dominate each and every one-on-one matchup she finds herself in, but give a lot of credit to Stees being a thorn in the side of Meadows all night long. Atkinson finds a player down low, great court vision. It's Baker down low, can't get it to go, and Akiba Taylor is gonna run up. And how about that play from Atkinson? Unbelievable, jumping off the side of the court, saving that ball and tossing up a lob.
Oh, she almost gets another one there.
All over the floor is Bridget Atkinson.
Unbelievable. Yeah, she's been absolutely fantastic here tonight.
Fun to watch. This is an intimidating place to play here in the Hawks Nest. Not too many visiting players could come in and dominate the way Atkinson has been doing, but she's done just that. Hawks have their work cut out.
Yeah, you don't want to play in a style that keeps the ball away from their best player, but that might be the way that Humber's got to play here tonight to finish up this one.
Kiva Taylor working hard to get to the rim.
That one's going to drop. And Taylor's now in double digits for points here tonight.
She joins Meadows and Giles in double-digit points. Nice productive night for Makiba Taylor. Now it's Baker driving the lane, fakes the pass.
Nice block there by Taylor.
Makiba Taylor more known for dishing passes on the offensive side of things, but no slouch when it comes to defense, and she'll get a rest here as Brittany English will check back in. Working in the paint against Meadows. Brittany English fresh on the floor, gets the rebound. Pressing is Baker. English showing off the speed, but yet again, a giveaway to Atkinson.
That's her, I believe, 6th or 7th steal here.
Did everything right there but score, did Atkinson. Big possession here for the Hawks.
Oh man, another steal for Atkinson.
2-on-1 here for the Knights, and that errant pass goes under the hands of Baker. You mentioned it, Andrew. It seems as though every possession, Bridget Atkinson is just finding a way to get her hand in the passing lane.
Yeah, that ball just seems to be magnetically drawn to her hand somehow.
For these Hawks, it's getting to the point where you have to know where Atkinson is on the floor at any given moment, because defensively, she's beginning to take over.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough thing to deal with when you got a player on the other team really rolling on both ends of the court.
That's a great inside move there by Laura Meadows, spinning around the defender and putting that one up.
And Humber back up by 9 here.
With that bucket, Meadows now leading the Hawks with 14 points on the night.
Atkinson calling for a screen.
And that screen, not the prettiest. That foul will go the way of Stanika Gilbert. Janae Giles bouncing off the screen there.
We're going to get a timeout here called by the Hawks.
60 seconds to talk things over as AJ Sharma gets the troops together and chat this out. And I know we said this name time and time again, but it's Atkinson who's really been the star of this second half so far. And Laura Meadows has her work cut out for her down low, trying to keep pace.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the talk here by Jay Sharma is just going to be to watch the turnovers. This has been turning into a crucial story here for the game. You can tell he's really getting in there trying to get his point across. He's not too happy with the play recently, although Humber still does hold a 9-point lead and has advanced their lead by 2 points coming into this quarter.
Definitely a tight one. The Niagara Knights still looking for their first lead, but it's the Hawks who have just stayed barely out of range as Michael Beccaria tries to get a game plan going, starting to inch back into this tight game, really leaning on their star players, Atkinson, Baker, a few others getting involved. So depth on both sides going to be a major talking point as this game wears on.
And if you got to think, if Niagara had been able to capitalize on a few more of those Humber mistakes and not made some turnovers themselves, they could be right in this game. It could be a lot closer.
And another foul goes the way of Gilbert as she shoves MCJ out of the way to get to that rebound, and that won't go unnoticed by the ref.
Yeah, it's going to be her 5th foul. She's in serious foul trouble here right now.
So she'll check out, and into the game comes Samantha Bapti. So foul trouble beginning to be an issue for these Knights. Leticia Lopez behind the back.
Can't get that one to drop.
Janae Giles watching Atkinson. Kicking it out wide on the perimeter, it's Baker. That one will ricochet off the backboard. Once again, another turnover. Atkinson now working against MCJ. The swat won't work. And Laura Meadows working hard to get to that one, but finds its way into the hands of Baker. That shot is up and good. That's Sophia Al-Qaid with the basket. 46-40 game.
Knights still hanging around.
Sitting comfortably in the rear view mirror, Giles for three. That one rattles out, but it's MCJ able to chase down that rebound.
Another turnover.
Time again, another turnover on the pass. It's Baker. And what a play by Leticia Lopez.
Love that hustle.
See her go a few steps in front of Baker there and get nothing but ball as she ran by. Smart heads up basketball, by the way, Lopez.
Yeah, Lopez hasn't been finding the offensive efficiency that she's been looking for here tonight, but she's still been a useful player. As we got a little look at that replay, just a beautiful job hustling back on defense. And another steal there.
What that steal does, it forces Makiba Taylor to foul. So Atkinson continuing to wreak havoc on the plans of this Humber Hawks offense. She'll find her way to the line.
Yeah, I think that's going to count as a clear path foul.
17 points on the board so far for Bridget Atkinson.
Leading the way here by far. Won't make that one though.
Continuing to rack up those points. Now up to 18 on the night, averaging just over that on the season. Will be Atkinson on the perimeter. Baker once again, those are the two players constantly in motion for these Knights.
That's gonna be a double dribble.
Double dribble charged against Baptiste, as that'll gift the possession the way of the Hawks. And now it's up to Makiba Taylor to try to jumpstart this offense that's gone cold in these last few possessions. MCJ still looking for her first basket. In her usual spot outside the key, chooses not to shoot. 5 to go on the shot clock.
Oh, wow.
Leticia Lopez doing what she does best. Calm, cool, under pressure.
Yeah, a little bit of a fancy move there to open up some space for her inside for the bucket, and she's now in the double digits here for points.
That three-pointer finds nothing but air as Leticia Lopez charges back up the court. The Hawks have numbers.
Oh, almost gets the and one there, but she'll go to the line for 2 shots.
You know, when the entire bench stands up in unison, you made one heck of a play, and that's what Lopez did there, driving hard to the basket.
And Lopez seems to get her teammates up from their seats a lot when she plays, especially when she gets going. And it looks like she's finally finding a rhythm here tonight. It could be dangerous here down the stretch.
Nice opportunity for her here just to get some free looks at that basket. Start to dial herself in, because when she gets hot, she's one of the hottest shooters in the entire province. She's proved that time and time again. Tia Stees now back into this ball game. She's been an important player on the baseline. Really strong D against the bigs of the Humber Hawks.
Stees gets in there for the screen.
Inside it goes, some nice ball movement here by the Knights. Could be a reach-in foul against MCJ there. As Baker darted in. Could be Baker now on the inbounds. Take a look there, that reach-in. It was actually charged to Anna Jacobs. We'll get the foul on that one. So directly in front of us here at the booth, it's Hannah Baker on the inbound. She'll find Stees, who kicks it right back to Baker. That trademark rainbow of a three won't drop. Brittany English now in charge of getting this possession started. Kiva Taylor finds a lane.
Can't get to
find
drop.
the basket. That one rolls in and out. Baker charging hard up the floor against English. Ebony Beals will come down with the rebound. Back and forth action continues. Meadows, the Hawks' leading scorer on the night.
Good defense there. Can't get that one to drop.
Pace starting to slow here as Atkinson methodically dribbles up the court, works her way around Taylor. It's Stees from the outside, can't get it to go. Makiba. Brittany English drives the baseline, looking for Ebony Beals, but that's punched away.
Yeah, another sloppy turnover there.
Baker working around Meadows. No basket. Travel called by the referee. Substitution here, outchecks Baker. In comes Alana Yates.
Hannah Baker, usually a pretty strong option here for the Knights, but with averaging 12 points a game, just under, but just managing to score 2 here tonight. Hawks doing a good job shutting her down.
Not the strongest of nights for this Hawks defense, but they are getting the job done.
Another travel, this time the other way against Laura Meadows.
Seen that a few times tonight from Meadows, trying to fight off multiple Knights defenders. That's come away on top on occasion, but called for the travel there. Down in the corner, it goes for the Knights. Trying to find Stees in the middle, unable to do so. It's Ebony Beals that's gonna bring this one back up. Finds its way to Anna Jacobs. Kicks it out wide to English.
That's good.
And that laser of a 3 on that low plane will find the basket. And that's
Hawks.
a big bucket to extend this lead.
Yeah, Hawks reestablishing that double-digit lead, this time by 12.
Atkinson once again doing work against Taylor. Able to shake her off and drain the basket.
She's at 20 points here now.
What a night for Atkinson. The Hawks' opportunity now to return fire. And it's Laura Meadows who does just that, working hard down low.
And we're closing in on just 1 minute to go here in this third quarter. Let's see if either of these teams can really finish up strong here.
Yates on the rebound. That's swatted away by Beals. But Stees on the putback. Lead sitting at 10 for Humber. 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. That one will go off the hands of Brittany English, but it's Meadows on the rebound. Taylor now. That's an air ball. Stees with the rebound. Coming back are the Knights. Under 30 seconds to go in quarter number 3. And Atkinson got mauled on her way to the basket there by a couple Hawks. Take a look at that step back jumper. Nailed by Bridget Atkinson, finding multiple ways to score tonight.
Yeah, she's just been such a challenge for these Hawks to defend tonight. As you said, scoring every which way possible, shooting, going inside, and going to the free throw line a lot. The Hawks haven't been afraid to make her earn these points.
She'll drain the first one, cutting this Humber Hawks lead to 9. Hawks continue to lead this game, but the Knights sitting in that rear view mirror. Anna Jacobs thought about shooting, but decides otherwise. Ebony Beals now puts up a shot and drains that from the top of the key. Ebony Beals. 5 seconds to go. It's going to need to be a quick shot. Who's going to take it? It's Yates. Can't get the buzzer beater to go. So after 3 quarters of entertaining basketball, 57-47 for your Humber Hawks, who have hung in tough against quite a fiery Knight squad tonight.
Yeah, a lot of feistiness, a lot of fight, whatever you want to call it. We've seen it all by these Niagara Knights here tonight, as they've just been playing a real scrappy, tough game here. A lot of good defense by either team here, and not either of these teams, I should say, not giving up anything easy here tonight. Yeah. Although either of these teams, both these teams have been making some key mistakes here, which have led to a little bit of a low-scoring game here tonight.
Yeah, it's been some run-and-gun action. You mentioned not the highest scoring of affairs so far, but It's been tough defense on either side. Plenty of fouls thrown out either way, and it's been a real dogfight, for a lack of a better term. Some tough basketball being played.
And leading the way in this one with 22 points so far, Bridget Atkinson. She's just been so spectacular here tonight, just coming up every which way, steals, assists, points, just doing it all, and just being really a tough matchup here for the Hawks.
Yeah, she definitely is getting some help from Steves and Baker and a few other teammates, but for the most part, it's been a one-woman show for these Niagara Knights, and that name is Bridget Atkinson, who's been on fire.
And you look at the stats, she's far and away the most productive player here. The only other player on her team in double digits is Tia Steves, who's also been a little bit of a matchup problem here tonight with 10 points of her own, and really good on the defensive end as well.
Some more adjustments being made by each head coach. This should be an entertaining finish. The Knights still within reach of these Hawks as they try to pull away late. And you got to think, if you're the Niagara Knights, last time you faced off against the Humber Hawks, you got walloped 73-28. That can't leave a good taste in your mouth, and really a big chance for redemption here tonight. And they've shown just that, showing that they can hang with one of the best teams in the province.
Yeah, definitely playing really well as a unit here tonight, sticking to the game plan. They lost screens, just doing whatever they can to get points.
Here's Janae Giles, a hard pass inside MCJ.
And she's been ice cold here tonight.
No bounces going the way of MCJ. Janae Giles tries to kick it out to the corner to Lopez, but that one will catch a fingertip and go out.
They're going to have 7 seconds here, just over 7 seconds on the game clock to make a quick play here. Lopez for three.
But Lopez can't get it to go, but Anna Jacobs does a nice job corralling that rebound. Down the baseline she goes. She's met by Steves with a hard defensive play. Yates trying to work her way around Ebony Beals, able to do so. Baker inside to Steves. Little spin around MCJ, but that shot won't find the mark.
Yates tried to get in there and get that ball, pass it back to her teammates, but doesn't get there in time.
So once again, the energy and the pace starting to rise here inside the North Campus gym. Lopez now on the perimeter, darts in.
Gets her own rebound, good job.
Ebony Beals airmails that one from the baseline.
Yeah, can't do that. You have to really seize that opportunity when you're left that wide open from close range.
Nice work by MCJ to poke that ball away, and it'll be Ebony Beals who corrals it. Looking for help, Janae Giles runs by. Lopez doing work against Atkinson beyond the arc. That one's tipped away, but luckily into the hands of Janae Giles.
Shot clock running out. Can't
Janae
get it to
Giles
go there.
came down the paint like a lightning bolt, but just couldn't get that shot to drop. As Hannah Baker just runs full steam there to Leticia Lopez, but one of the toughest on the floor. She gets up with a big grin on her face.
Yeah, we've seen her do this a few times, just doing a good job planting her feet and taking that foul. That's what you call taking one for the team.
As she often does. It just appeared Hannah Baker almost seemed surprised to look up and see Leticia Lopez standing right there in front of her, but taking the charge is Lopez, and she has the ball now. Showing off some nice handles there. There'll be a violation, holding it on her own side of the court a little too long.
Yeah, you gotta get it out of there in 8 seconds, just a little too long there, as Atkinson playing some great defense there on Lopez.
Showing off some great handles, but those handles took 9 seconds, says the referee. Out to the perimeter, trying to work it inside to Steves, unable to do so. Tanya Brown now finds Lopez. MCJ puts one up.
Oh man, she cannot buy a basket here tonight.
Getting plenty of opportunities, but the bounces just not going the way of Maya Campbell-Johnson. Contributing in other ways, filling up the stat sheet with the rebounds. Just not getting the buckets tonight as Hannah Baker drops one of her own. May Giles calling for help. She'll get it from Leticia Lopez. She works her way hard to the basket. Can't fire one up over Stees.
Yeah, great defense there. She was guarded there hard by Atkinson, and Stees coming in to help there inside.
Baker slowing things down. Gets a screen from Stees, trying to kick it out to Yates. But that's just good, strong defense from Britannia Brown.
Yeah, great job there. Oh, man, another steal there.
Showing off the athleticism.
That's going to be 10 steals tonight for Bridget Atkinson. She is already at a double-double here tonight.
All over the floor is Atkinson. That was a football toss going the way of MCJ, and she's able to get up there and steal that ball away from the much taller Maya Campbell-Johnson. She pokes that one away once again from Akiba Taylor. Doing nice work here to find Meadows.
Can't get that one to go.
Another rebound from MCJ. Can't get the putback to go.
Yeah, another miss there.
Stopping and putting one up. Can't get that jump shot as Laura Meadows continues her tough play, trying to rip that away from Atkinson.
Not quite sure the foul is on there. It's on Atkinson, that's going to be her fourth.
Something to keep an eye on. Not leaving the court too often is Atkinson. Those fouls starting to rack up.
Still got a lot of time here remaining though. She might be out of foul trouble though. She kind of put herself right back in there. Things were looking up for her in that third quarter, not taking a foul, but as long as she stays out of foul, as long as she keeps away from the fouls here, she should be fine.
So after that call, a timeout charge to Michael Beccaria and the Niagara Knights, who sit 8 points back of the Humber Hawks here at home. It's been a fun matchup so far. Head coach AJ Sharma talking things over. This one likely going down to the wire. The Hawks have been unable to pull away whatsoever in this contest.
Yeah, they kind of got up early there in that first quarter, and it's just been a lot back and forth since then. As Niagara's done a good job keeping up here, but you look at their body language here on the bench, they're might be a little drained here, and we can see if Humber can possibly pull away here. As both these teams are in the middle of a dogfight.
Yeah, this just has to show you the strength of this Humber Hawks team. I mean, they're 14-2 for a reason, and I'm sure head coach AJ Sharma and the women will be the first one to tell you tonight that this hasn't exactly been their strongest game of the season. Plenty of turnovers, some missed shots, but here they are, still with a pretty comfortable lead here in the fourth quarter and playing some strong basketball.
And just a sloppy play there to get this one started. And Mabika Taylor almost came up with that one, but just unable to as it slips through her fingertips.
Able to zip around Meadows as Atkinson. Finding Baker with a no-look pass, trying to work her way in.
Blocked there by Meadows.
Great call. You see Meadows there get a hand in. English calling out a set play. Finds its way into the hands of Akiba Taylor. And
another big steal.
Having to foul is Makiba. Seemed to get a little too pretty with those crossovers, and Atkinson, as she's done time and time again tonight, reaching that hand in, poking it away.
That's going to be a clear path foul. She was clearly on a breakaway there towards the net, or the hoop, I should say.
What Atkinson has done all night long is just make that first initial move over half court really difficult for these Hawks. They can't comfortably set up a set play. They can't really find the rhythm because they're struggling so hard to make that first pass. Yeah,
she's just doing everything right on defense. You look at her, she's staying low, just keeping her eyes down and looking at the body. Doing a real good job playing the body and managing to just kind of poke her hand in there and find the ball.
She will miss her first attempt there. A couple of big free throws here as the Knights try to close this gap. Niagara has now hit the half-century mark with point number 50 on the night. They'll remain in possession. Janae Giles draws the assignment on Atkinson. Runs into a screen. Kicking it out wide. That one won't go. That three-pointer put up by Al-Qaid.
Giles with it, trying to work her way inside. Puts it up, not good.
Giles working hard there, but nothing doing. She stays in the hip pocket of Al-Qaid. Inside it goes to Baker. And that pass will find the seats. Nice work by the Hawks defense to interrupt that play.
Mike Campbell-Johnson checking back into this game as we get a replay of that turnover.
Yeah, you see there, Sophia Al-Qaid going one way, the ball going the other.
Yeah, a little bit of a spicy pass there.
A little too hot to handle. Out of bounds there. Humber Hawks basketball.
We're just over the, or I should say just about to pass the halfway point of this quarter. And if Humber just keeps their foot down here on the gas pedal, play some good defense, they should be okay, but Niagara still hanging around here. You know they could believe, or you know they do believe, I should say, that few things go their way here, they could be right back in this one.
Yeah, it's been a pretty consistent game, as we mentioned. The Hawks went up 2-0 to start out this contest, and that lead stayed right in that 7 to 10 point range all night long. As you see Laura Meadows drop that one in for 2. She continues her strong night. That's 18 points now for Meadows. Here's Yates now working her way around Brittany English, trying to find Steez, and that's a nice play there. As Steez is able to put that one in.
Yeah, kind of a little step back floater there. Not an easy shot, but she gets it to go.
MCJ now finds her way to the floor. That one will go harmlessly out of bounds. So quiet night for MCJ, as we mentioned. No fouls, no points yet on the board. For the Hawks, it's been Janae Giles and Laura Meadows leading the way, and obviously with that giant 2-3 on the board, 23 points for Bridget Atkinson. Meadows gets a hand on that one, but ball still finds its way to Steez. Here's Yates. That one off the base of the rim. Lopez now has it, working against Yates. Nice pick and a spin move by Lopez. Plenty of open space, and she'll drill that one with plenty of room.
Yeah, you said it there, Ab. Nice little spin move there to open up a lot of space for her, and as we know, she's quite dangerous with that space.
Baker from deep, off the backboard and nothing doing. 2-on-1 now for the Hawks. It's English trying to find Giles.
A little bit of a tough play there. Giles not able to get her hands on that one.
Giles calling for a pick, won't need it. Lopez now working against Yates. That awkward shot attempt won't go, but that's athletically kept in by Lopez. Yates now waiting for her team to catch up with her. Baker with a free look. And that ball went everywhere but in the basket as it rattled around. Quickly up to Lopez. Meadows working hard on the interior. And that's a hard work bucket. Laura Meadows putting the hard hat on. 20 points, a great night so far for Meadows.
And this is the time you really want to put that pressure on the on defense here. Just kind of finish up this game strong.
Wide open look for Yates won't go, and once again, it's English with a defensive rebound. Once again, a slow start to these possessions. Meadows now finds Giles. A lot of movement there on the interior. MCJ and Lopez trying to find some open court. 2 seconds. And how about Janae Giles going up and over Hannah Baker and making a tough basket.
A few players there ending up on the ground. Referees wanting to kind of keep this game under control here.
Take a look at that nice little spin move made by Leticia Lopez.
Yeah, beautiful move and a beautiful shot.
But if you want to encapsulate Janae Giles in one play, that's about it. Working hard, draining the layup, and then mixing it up underneath the basket. Always one of the top competitors when she's on the floor.
Yeah, always the one to watch out for. She is so dangerous.
Lopez working hard for that rebound, but that'll go nowhere but out of bounds. An important note here, we see Bridget Atkinson getting worked on by the training staff here, so that'll be a huge loss for these Niagara Knights as they try to get back into this one.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for them to get back into this one without their star player here. Third in league scoring in the division, I should say.
So as Atkinson remains sidelined, the Knights will have to regain this lead without their top point getter. Stee's working her way into the middle, and Lopez working hard to rip that one away. Janae Giles looking for Meadows, will find her, but that'll be an offensive foul charged to number 21.
With just over a minute and a half left to go, Hawks up by 13. This one looks like it's just about over.
So definitely not the result we were expecting when you think of that 73-28 whooping that the Humber Hawks laid on Niagara Knights last time out on November 1st. But Niagara giving the Hawks all they can handle here today.
Yeah, definitely a hard-fought battle from these Niagara College Knights, and you really got to give them a lot of credit here as they played really well here as a unit. Played with a lot of spunk here, a lot of scrap, whatever you want to call it. They brought the hard hats here tonight.
So Janae Giles giving assignments out to her teammates. Looking for three here, won't take it. Calling out to Brittany English for some movement. She'll do it herself. That one bounces out. Yates now finds it up to Atkins. Back to Yates, a little give and go on the side of the Knights. Janae Giles with some hard defense. Gets charged with the reach in. 13 points is the lead for these Humber Hawks as we are inside 55 seconds to go in this matchup. One that's had just about everything.
Laura Meadows, who leads Humber tonight with 20 points, finds her way out of this game. It looks like she'll earn herself a well-deserved rest here for the rest of the evening.
Absolutely finding her way over 20 points for the night. A great night for Meadows on a quiet night for MCJ. So this has really been a night where they needed Meadows to step up, and she's done just that.
Yeah, she's really done a good job giving them that inside scoring presence, and it seems like whenever they needed a basket, Laura Meadows was there to give them one.
Good hustle here by Al Qaed.
Yeah, really did
From
a good job.
Way downtown. Right thing, seeing that shot clock wearing out. Shooting from the logo, Steph Curry style, but
not to be.
Just didn't have the range there. With under 40 seconds to go here at the Hawks Nest. Next time out for the women's team, they'll be on the road to face Redeemer. They currently sit 10th in the West. That matchup will happen February 9th. Tip-off is set at noon.
Can't wait for that one.
Here's Tejan Cole, a fresh face in this ball game. Evelyn Anang as well. Mad scramble for it under the basket. It's Tejan Cole who makes good of her first opportunity of the game.
Hoop and the harm, as they say.
Nice work there. You see that mad scramble for the basketball. Unable to convert on the three-point play is Tejan Cole. As this one winds down here at the Hawks Nest. Yates has that now for the Knights, working inside, up and in it goes for Samantha Baptiste. Nice work down low.
And this should just about end it as Giles will dribble it out, just running out the clock here.
Janae Giles gets the last touch in this one. A Humber Hawks victory, 67-54 is your final score as the Knights unable to close that gap against the Hawks, who honestly struggled with turnovers early on in this game, but really righted the ship and played some consistent basketball to come away with the W in this one.
And that will move Humber up to 15-2 on the season, just one game back of Fanshawe, for first place. Should be an exciting finish to the season as just 2 games left to go.
It is coming down to the wire for the Hawks, and they keep rattling off win after win, whatever way they could get it. It was a hard-fought one tonight, but they're coming away with the victory.
Laura Meadows just announced as the game's MVP, and a well-deserved MVP, I gotta say, with 20 points here on the night. And as we mentioned before, whenever Humber needed a bucket, it seemed like she was there to grab it.
Yeah, usually a perimeter shooting team are the Hawks with Leticia Lopez, Janae Giles, the list goes on, but really it was more of an interior game tonight. You've seen Meadows really dominate down low.
Yeah, really doing a good job of establishing that inside presence, going 8 for 14 on the field. So her offensive numbers very good, as she was very efficient here tonight, and also earning 3 trips to the line, scoring 4 buckets there. But of course, you can't talk about the highlights of this game without talking about Bridget Atkinson. 23 points, 12 steals, only 2 turnovers, and adding 5 rebounds and 6 assists.
Quite a game.
Yeah, on a very efficient shooting night for her. And
for more on the rest of this matchup, we're going to throw it over to the sideline reporter, Danielle Dupuis. Danielle?
And welcome back to the sideline. My name is Danielle Dupuis, and I'm here with player 21, Laura Meadows. During this game today, you ended up putting 20 points. Congratulations on that. Now, the first half of the game, you guys were a little bit off defensively. Second half, what were the thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, we were able to buckle down a little bit in the second half. Over the halftime, it was just a discussion about we haven't been able to tap into all the potential that we have. We're better than what we've been playing today and the last few games. So really just trying to do everything that we've been practicing and show people what we're still here and we're still going to give everything that we have.
Now, heading into Saturday's game, how do you guys feel about that?
I don't even know who we're playing, to be honest. Yeah, okay, Redeemer. Yeah, honestly, we'll be fine. You know, we got to learn from today, make some adjustments. We got to come out ready on that game. They're a solid team. And yeah, we just got to come out strong and play how we know we can play.
Well, congratulations on the game and good luck on Saturday. And back to the commentators. Thank you.
Thanks for that, Danielle. A nice interview there. You see the great personality of Laura Meadows, not knowing who the opponent is, but they're sure going to be ready for them. And that'll do it all. That'll be all for us tonight. A Humber Hawks victory here for Adam Lucier and my partner, Andrew Milani. Thanks for watching. Men's game coming up at 8 o'clock. Don't miss it.
You want it?